The Earth Models, Part 1, Round or Globe Earth, The Great Awakening Unit 2 Research, Continued Points of Study. The two realm maps, round and flat. The more awakened the general public gets, the more questions they ask, and the more they stop believing the official narratives. This is more apparent than with the shape of our world or realm. When we are told to believe that the earth is round or a globe and then don't ask questions about it, the truth seekers step forward and ask the questions that never seem to have answers. The flat earth argument keeps coming up, and the claims against the round earth, with many arguments against the current earth model. Those questioning the globe model bring up interesting claims against the shape of our realm. This is where believing one or the other may lead you in the wrong direction. Flat Earth and round Earth may be two sides to the same deception, but if we question everything and keep an open mind to the Earth model, we can figure out the clues and give us further standing within our realm to create the correct model of the Earth. But in the end, you will need to make up your own mind, beliefs, and theories to the shape and size of our realm. What you see versus what you believe. Why is the shape of our world in dispute? 1. No pictures of the globe. 2. Satanic globe numerology. 3. NASA hoax. 4. Staged moon landing. 5. Satellites are fake. 6. No pictures of Antarctica. 7. Indoctrination and propaganda. No pictures of the globe. All photos from NASA are composite photos. This means that several pictures are taken by supposed satellites or high altitude balloons and then morphed into a rounded globe shape. They are then touched up and polished by CGI. This would explain the discrepancies between photos and the sizes of landmass and the repeating cloud shapes and sizes that we always see within NASA photographs. Here you can see NASA CGI pictures where the clouds just repeat over and over as if they're copy and pasted. Now, this could be just blatant CGI hiding in your face, or when they combine the two pictures together from flat pictures morphing it into a ball. Here you can see land masses are bigger and smaller. They don't make sense on the globe. Then you have bodies of water that are big and then small and then more. There's always discrepancies. Here, Lake Tahoe seen 100% flat and level. And then when you morph it to the globe with a fisheye lens, the lake appears to be curved. So it can't be curved and flat at the same time. It's either flat or it's curved. And this is what NASA constantly gets caught doing. And the more you look into these things, the more you will discover lies and deceptions of the globe model. Everything is a money laundering operation to deceive the people and hide the truth of our world or realm. Some Christians explain the word NASA means to deceive, seduce, or to lead astray. This is what NASA's whole job is, to trick the people, steal the money, and push satanic sciences. Does NASA use Photoshop? Yes, NASA uses Photoshop on the photos that they share. They do this because many of the raw formats they use are exotic, and your computer or phone wouldn't be able to display the raw file easily or at all. It's also true that when they've shot film during the Apollo era, they developed it in a dark room. This is all more NASA BS. And then we get into satanic globe numerology. The Earth supposedly revolves around the sun at 66,006 miles per hour. It's on a 66.6-degree tilt. The polar circles are located near the poles of the Earth at 66.6 degrees north and south latitude. The sphere has 2/3 or 666 rate of curvature applied for measurement increments. Isaac Newton invents the force of gravity in the year 1666. It's all satanic, pushing for the 369 system, and we all are aware of the 124875 system versus the 369 system. NASA uses the 369 system. Go back and watch the video. I've broken down these two systems, how they work, and how they pertain to our realm and how they are used. but it is 124875 versus the 369. And we know NASA is the 369 system with their 666 BS. NASA was established on July 29th, 1958, with the signing of the National Aeronautics and Space Act. This was an Operation Paperclip and was a Nazi organization to lead the people away from God and into the hands of the satanic Zionists. NASA is the Nazi American Space Agency, and Nazis are the National Zionists, or National Zionism. Please watch my video series on National Zionism to connect further dots. NASA was founded by Aleister Crowley, Werner von Braun, L. Ron Hubbard, Walt Disney, Arthur C. Clarke, Jack Parsons. They're all satanic dark magicians who have cast a spell on the people into believing these sciences and these globe, round earth, astral body deceptions. It's not real. The staged moon landing. A moon landing or a lunar landing is the arrival of a spacecraft on the surface of the moon, including both crewed and robotic missions. The first human made object to land on the moon was Luna 2, 1959, and in 1969, Apollo 11 was the first supposed crewed mission to land on the moon, if you believe those claims. This zipper will protect you from the vacuum of space. I don't think so. Here you have all these Masons that are responsible for NASA and Operation Paperclip. They're all Freemasons. They're all satanic Zionist Jew people. It's all the same story over and over again. NASA was established by the Nazis. Operation Paperclip was between 1947 and 1959, and then NASA is established in 1958. The space race was a hoax to bring these national Zionists into our country due to a need to get to the moon? Or was the real mission to trick people into believing science over God? Work, television, music, drugs, mind control, propaganda, and indoctrination all lead to the control of the people. That's the world we live in today, fully controlled by TV, drugs, and culture invented by them. NASA scientists plus the United States and Freemasons equal these moontards. The U.S. corporation was established in 1871. Germany was established in 1871. Both were working together from the start to achieve a new world order. Here are all the Operation Paperclip scientists, and then you see German scientists recruited by the U.S., all to trick the people. This was the technology that they were using back then. These massive old world airships would have been used to actually explore the outer space of our realm on the other side of the ice wall. Here's color photos. You could see how small the little people are in comparison. How many of these people could fit into one of these airships and be delivered to the other side of our realm? But you can see how this technology was used to aid in the moon landing hoax and the deception of satellites. They take these airships, which could have been balloons, or they could have worked with electrostatic to make them rise and fall, and they didn't have any gas in them. But the satellites are fake, satelloons are real. They all are held up into the air by large balloons. And we all remember the Chinese spy balloon and the constant balloons that are found over our world as they are being disclosed to the people as a deception. There are no satellites, it's all satelloons. Technology held into the air by balloons. Starlink is also held up by balloons. It's all balloons. Starlink, SpaceX, it's all a fraud. Here you see a guy sitting on the rocket as it's going up, and they explained it. Oh, it was a dummy they put there. And then you see from April 12th, 2016 and May 30th, 2020, two different launches and the same exact CGI fake smoke. And then you see this Saturn booster, SpaceX booster, which is probably just a light inside of a cloth or something like a lantern glowing as they project a video on a green screen. Here's floating sea buoys. These buoys are solar powered with GPS or SPS, which is a ground positioning system or sea position system that uses radio wave technology to communicate with ships and sea vessels. These are long term, unattained, operational solar light floating buoys, navigational light buoys. They also communicate with satelloons, which would be impossible for just a light buoy on a curvature. It communicates with the ship miles and miles off on a flat sea. There are no photos of Antarctica. All these pictures are CGI, fake, special effects. This is not real. They're all CGI. These photos are not real. Look into this a little bit yourself and you'll see that it's all fake. They're all CGI. Pushing for the most basic form of mind control is repetition. And they just push this globe in front of you over and over and over again and tell you about global warming and climate change and the need for the globe and all. It's all mind control to push their new world order. It's the satanic globe earth lie of the Big Bang and evolution explaining life. You were an accident. We evolved from primordial soup and we are specks in the universe. And some people are more valuable than other. And this is all the foundations of a new world order where the people and the individual are worthless. Versus God's flat earth, where creation is the only explanation. We are incredibly valuable. The Bible is 100% true. We live on an unmoving, firm foundation. You were created by God special, and God loves you, which is the truth. The more you look into this, you will find this as being truthful and factual. Another thing to consider are radar and radio waves. They shoot out flat in all directions, which would be impossible on a curving globe because the radio wave would just go straight off into outer space, supposedly. But they work perfectly when you consider that we're on a flat Earth, everything's flat, and these radar waves go in flat directions for miles. How does GPS work on a flat Earth? It is a ground positioning system. Triangulation through towers. This is why all your cell phones, when you go out into the woods or away from the cell towers, do not work. It's all fake and it does not work because there are no satellites. Satellite phones work with the satelloons. Here's the air currents, ocean currents, temperatures on a globe model versus the more sensical flat Earth depiction. Scientists explain why doing your own research leads to believing in conspiracy theories. You must not do your own research when it comes to science. Don't do your own research, trust the science. They are desperate to keep their science, their satanic science in the forefront and not count God's word. You can find me on Instagram, Mudfossil Research and Truth, Mudfossil Truth and Research, or on Twitter in the box below. Check out my pages. I got lots of stuff there for people to check out. You can find me on Rumble and BitChute at Modern American Gangster, and I'm also on YouTube at Mudfossil Research and Truth. And once again, you can find The Great Awakening on Lulu.com. All this information's in my book. It's broken into 2 units. Unit 1, Timeline of Historical Research, and The Great Awakening Unit 2, Continued Points of Study. There is an ebook, and you can get both units together in a together Unit 1 and Unit 2 in one big version.